So, right off the bat, Somalia has untapped reserves of numerous natural resources according to Wikipedia, Google, Somalia raw materials. So Somalia's got natural gas, they got salt, they got copper, they got bauxite, they got gypsum, they got tin, iron ore, and they got uranium. They got uranium. So no blood diamonds and gold and whatnot. You can make money off of all those, right? Salt, natural gas, copper. But I would say the two biggest, most profitable raw materials that Somalia has is one, uranium, because that's nuclear power, which is infinite power, and two, their coastlines. The Somali coastlines, it goes on and on and on and on. They can have infinite amount of seaports. All you got is just a couple sticks. You can, So when it comes to Somalia, you got your uranium and you got your coastline. So you can have, it's basically the coastline. That's how the entire world can get into all of Africa. So Somalia's coastline connects the entire world to all of Africa. Now, of course, we got airplanes and whatnot, but back in the day, that would have been, pretty, for Yemen and Oman, right? I'm sure there's a lot of Saudi Arabia. But, yeah, I bet you there's a lot of goods that's still by ship or whatever. India, Australia, China's over there, Myanmar, Malaysia, Vietnam, Indonesia, Philippines, Thailand, Cambodia. Wait, is there Cambodia? Okay, Thailand. Is Thailand? No, okay. So anyways, Somalia. Somalia is the cradle of civilization, the cradle of humanity. The cradle of humanity. 3 million years ago, there was Lucy. Lucy is this old-ass skeleton. Was it Somalia or was it Ethiopia? Doesn't matter. Ethiopia, Kenya, Somalia, it's right there. It's all right fucking there. So thank you, Somalia, for, giving us bipedalism. We can all walk upright on 2 feet because of Somalia. So why don't you act like it, world? Bipedalism. Thank you, Somalia, for bipedalism. Thank you, Somalia, for the intelligence and language. 50,000 years ago, we're going to bust out of Africa, but maybe we should have, stuck around. Maybe we should have said, you know what, let's just develop Somalia. So, yeah, thank you, Somalia, for life, for human evolution, for bipedalism, for language, intelligence, for ships, weapons, whatever, inventions, bigger brains. Now, when it comes to the democracy in Africa, we need to have direct elections. Fuck indirect elections. We don't need to have indirect, not democratic. It's a democratic republic. You had Farmaajo, the big cheese, the big kahuna, the president of Somalia that just went into the Democratic Republic of the Congo, the heart of Africa. So, Farmaajo he ain't scared. He'll go right into the heart of the Democratic Republic of Congo, trying to get the African Union on his side. And the African Union were willing to talk to him, but they weren't willing to intervene right now, which is great news. That's they're willing to dialogue. So they've got, he's doing, he's the president doing some presidenting. Motherfucker, Somalia, the world, just let Farmaajo, let the big cheese, let the head honcho, let Farmaajo be Farmaajo, let him govern, let him president. He is a president who is doing some presidenting. Let him do the presidenting. So the African Union won't stop, but they'll maintain dialogue. They won't step in. They might step in, but they're not going to step in now. And then the opposition leaders. So there's several former presidents that want to take back the presidency, right? They want to go ahead and force Farmaajo's hand in spite of the people's house. It was the People's House that said, hey, Farmaajo, you get to be president for 2 more years, have elections in 2023. The People's House versus what? The upper house, the Senate, the House of fucking Lords. Fuck the upper house. I don't even know why we have a Senate here in America, let alone the House of Lords. The House of Lords, the House of privileged aristocracy, a bunch of plutocratic oligarchs. What do we want a bunch of plutocratic oligarchs around here for? That doesn't make any sense to me. So the Horn of Africa, the cradle of humanity, they're getting their shit together. He's got stability, kicking ass, taking names. The opposition has spread across Mogadishu for some reason. Who knows? Who knows what they're up to? But Farmaajo's got the People's House, the better house on his side. There hasn't been a better option presented so far. People say, oh, the elections. What, the indirect elections? 50 years from now, I see the coastlines of Somalia, just a whole bunch of skyscrapers. Seaports and skyscrapers. It's inevitable. Somalia is just going to get developed because of where it's at in Africa. It's the Horn of Africa. It's right there. Connects so many cultures, right? So many countries. Yemen, Oman, India, China, Australia, Malaysia, Japan, Mongolia, Russia, Vietnam, Philippines, Saudi Arabia, Iran, Pakistan. An ocean route to Africa. And then once you get to Somalia, then access to the rest of the continent. So an ocean route for the rest of the world to get into all of Africa. That's what Somalia's coastline offers the world. So let's see. He's trying to win the support for maybe he's trying to get African Union to be on his side. Okay. Opposition leaders, not for sure what they're doing. Maybe African Union, he might need them to come in. The African Union created AMISOM, which guards Farmaajo in Somalia. And then also Norway, they said that Somalia should use the African Union, the United Nations, and the IGADF or whatever. I don't give a fuck, the international government, something for development, just sounds capitalist and sounds exploitative, so I feel like, the African Union, that's all you need. Just get the African Union. The United Nations, I don't care. You probably have to, respond to some of the shit that they're saying about you at the United Nations. But get the African Union. I think it's more important to get the Senate or the Constitutional Court of Somalia to, stamp this whole thing. If you get the Senate, shut the fuck up. If you could get the Senate, if you make your enemy, turn your enemy into a friend, he has ceased to be an enemy, has he not? So he went to the Democratic Republic of the Congo, not the Republic, the Democratic Republic, so that's better, right? A Democratic Republic is better than just a plain old Republic. In a Republic, a Democratic Republic. Okay, anyways. So AMISOM guards Farmaajo in Somalia right now, so that is actually created by African Union. African Union are poor, and they have very little, weapons and guns and shit, and they have, if anything, they're mostly symbolic, but that's very important symbolism. You need the African Union. Here, in the fall of 2011, AMISOM forces, along with the Kenyan and Ethiopian forces, launched a set of offensive attacks on the Al-Shabaabs. In these attacks, AMISOM forces were able to reclaim key cities, including the Somali capital of Mogadishu. So shit, Somalia didn't even have Mogadishu 10 years ago. In September 2013, political scientist Ethan Bueno de Mosquito argued that with the help of AMISOM forces, they made it nearly impossible for Al-Shabaab to hold territory, even in its former strongholds in southern Somalia. Although much progress has been made towards peace in the region, it should still be noted that African Union forces still get attacked regularly despite AMISOM being effective. It is vastly underfunded and many forces lack the resources required. Funding for humanitarian relief and the formation of armies tends to be vastly undercut. So yeah, we need to get, if anything, America, we need to pour money into the, African Union. Make the African Union as democratic, as transparent. Try to unify all of Africa. That's an obvious economic military bloc that's inevitable. It's just going to fucking happen if it hasn't already happened. Why wouldn't it happen? Who is stopping this shit? The Western powers of the world? Come on, that doesn't... Is that possible? I don't even... No, that's just... So thank you, Somalia, for giving us bipedalism, language, intelligence, human evolution. Thank you for giving us life, Somalia. Thank you for giving us life and bigger brains, and we've been able to figure out technology and make the world, you know, like to think that we made the world a better place. I don't know. I was just thinking about the G.I. Joe, Go Joe, motherfucking Cobra. Cobra had snakes for their faces. So last but not least, old Cucker Tolson. The old cuck. You know what the old cuck is up to, old Cucker Tolson? You know what old cuck is up? Did you hear him, like, laugh all maniacally? Oh! Oh! Yeah, well, half the country is being boarded up. All right, Cucker Tolson, get a grip there, buddy. Get a fucking grip. Let's see. Farmaajo doing the president thing, Constitutional Court, get a great lawyer. He can argue himself, Farmaajo, in the Constitutional Court. Fucking what's-his-face, Derek Chauvin gets 75 years total. Hopefully he gets 75 years. He's got no prison, you know, no prior criminal record, so that's the maximum. I think 5 to 10. He's going to get 5 to 10. That's it. That is it. So yeah, Somalia, the land of a lot of coastline and uranium. If you're looking to develop some uranium, I bet you there's some capitalistic opportunities coming to a multinational corporation soon. Coming to you through... it's all about the corporation. Who gives a shit, right? Just the corporation. Peace out, Somalia.